Not too long ago, someone asked me, how do you say sorry in Fuzhounese? And I was like, it's not like I'm impolite or anything like that. In fact, we had to take a 品德课, or kind of like that teaches you manner and whatnot for like several years in our elementary school. But for some reason, it seems like I have never used sorry in Fuzhounese. In this video lesson, we are going to cover some of the basic phrases such as how are you, which you might have known already because I've been saying that a few times already. Thank you, sorry, and things like that. You'll be able to see a list of content being covered in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the first one, which is 你好. 你好, it's how are you. 你, it's you. 好, it's good, so you're good, which is exactly the same as in Chinese Mandarin. Just like Chinese Mandarin, we use 你好, how are you, for someone that we're meeting for the first time, or someone that we haven't been seeing for a long time. So keep that in mind so it doesn't make you sound like a stranger. If it is for someone close, then instead of 你好, you can ask 你係咪busy? Are you busy? Now, busy is an English word. So in here, this will work for Fuzhounese in America, but might not work for Fuzhounese that just arrived or who doesn't really have any English basis. Or you can ask 你最近在做什么? What are you doing recently? 你 you 最近 recently 在 to be 做什么 doing what? So in this case, what have you been doing recently? Now the second word we have is sorry. Now you have to excuse my pronunciation because it is a new word to me as well. It is 对不起. My pronunciation might not be accurate, so I'm going to play a clip for my mom so you can hear a more authentic pronunciation. The next term is thank you. There are two ways to say it, and the first way is my mom's way, which is something that I have personally never ever used. So again, excuse my pronunciation for that. And then the second one is the one that I use. So the first way is 谢谢你. 谢谢你. And here is a more authentic pronunciation for that. 谢谢你. And the second one is the one that I have been using, which is 希望你. 希望你 literally translates into sorry for the trouble, I'm sorry for burdening you, and things along and something along that line. So it's not a direct translation for thank you, but you get the meaning, right? Now, the next one we have, it's another question that someone asked, which is how do you say I love you? Alright, I know how to say I like you, which is 我中意你. Now, to say I love you, love is 愛, which is very similar to Chinese Mandarin, 愛. Now, I have to admit that love is a word that I have never used, and the first time I heard it in Fuzhounese was earlier, not too long ago. So, you can say 我愛你, I love you, but I just don't know how many Fuzhounese will actually say it that way. We usually say like 我中意你, I like you. Or if you like that person very much, then you can say 我也中意你, I like you very much. That's how I'll express love or liking someone or something very much. Okay, so the next thing we're going to learn is to ask whether someone is hungry, which is 你邊冇阿咩困? Now, that's a long way to say 你 you 邊冇 stomach 阿咩 it's not 困 hungry. So 你邊冇阿咩困? So literally it's asking is your stomach empty? So are you hungry? Or another way to say it, which is a shorter version, is 你阿咩困? 你阿咩困? So we take out the stomach and just say, whoa, that sounds very scary. Okay, so we take the word stomach off and just asking 你阿咩困? Are you hungry? And another way to ask is have you eaten yet? As in have you eaten rice yet? That's the literal way to say it, which is 你飽食未? 你 you 飽 rice, but in our culture it can represent like food, meal, anything. So 你飽ăn未? Yes or no, 食啦 ate or eat. 你飽ăn未食啦? Have you had your dinner, your breakfast, or depending on the time and the context. And you can say 食啦, you already ate. 食 eat. 啦 made a past tense. So 食啦, 食啦, 食啦. If you haven't had your meal, then you can say 未哩, 未 no, 食 eat, so no eat or not eat. So 未哩. If someone is offering you something to eat or something to drink and you want to politely refuse, then you can say いない 谢了你 いない means don't want or I don't want, it's all good. And then 谢了你 thank you. Now, in this case, you probably want to use 谢了你 rather than 谢了你. 谢了你, it's more like when you are asking for a favor and that person agrees, then you can say like thank you in advance kind of. That's why it doesn't really fit this situation in here. So now let's do a short review. How are you is 你好. And to ask someone what have you been doing lately, 你最近過得早上呢? Or you can say 你係咪 busy? Sorry, 對不起. Thank you. 2 ways. First one, 謝了你. Second one, 謝了你. To ask someone if they are hungry, 你邊冇啱未困? 你啱未困? To ask someone if they had their meals, 你幫啱未食啦? 你幫食未? You can answer with 食啦. I already ate. 未咧, I haven't eaten. And lastly, to politely refuse someone, いない, 謝了你. That is all for this week's lesson. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, remember to leave in the comment section below. Here are 2 of the videos. I think it's on this side or maybe on that side. Some of the videos that you might be interested in watching if you haven't seen them already. I'm also on different social media platforms where I post additional learning materials. That's it for this video. Bye!